Another hot and humid day in the bi-state as the city of St. Louis reports its first heat-related death. It's a tragic reminder of how important it is to spend a few hours a day in air conditioning as we head into a hot, long holiday weekend. St. Louis Fire Chief Dennis Jenkerson made the announcement at a news conference. He says an elderly man was found unresponsive Sunday in his second-floor unit in North St. Louis, an apartment that had no air conditioning.
Right now, we're calling it a heat-related death. It's still being investigated, so I don't have all of the final details on it, but based on what we saw on the scene, to us, it was obvious that heat had something to do with it. There could still be another medical condition that could have caused it, but right now we're considering it a heat-related emergency.
In fact, it fit in with what Chief Jenkerson says the fire department spent last weekend responding to, call after call for people feeling sick in the heat. More than 200 heat or weather-related calls for that single weekend alone, many overcome by the heat at Pride STL events. 25 to 30 people were taken to the hospital. So we know it's summer. That means hot weather in St. Louis. Scott Connell is here with a look at the forecast so you know just what to prepare for. And Scott, what Chief Jenkerson was telling all of us that he wants us to do in the next couple days is to check on elderly relatives and neighbors, not just call or text them, but to go and see them in person and touch their skin, because if their skin feels warm, they could be getting sick in the heat and you need to call 911, something to keep in mind.
Yeah, and make sure they're using that air conditioner, and if they don't have one, contact Cool Down St. Louis to get more information about that. CoolDownStLouis.org. People can make donations because this is what it goes for, to help our seniors stay safe in this kind of heat.
It's a lifesaver, right?
Yes, absolutely. And when that heat builds up, especially with these brick buildings in St. Louis, you know, a fan just blowing hot air around does not cool your body off when you're not able to cool down at night. Now,